my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, leave your comment down below and turn on your post bell notifications. If y'all hear that in the background, that is my son. I just got a puppy. He's literally a baby. I don't know if I'm gonna keep him in here this whole time. This is Deuce. Say hi. Say hi. I tried to like bring his toys in here so he would be occupied, but he just wants all my attention. So if he keep crying, I'm gonna have to put him in his crate. Yes, I'm talking about you. He's so cute. Also, if you could tell, I really try to cover it up with makeup. If you could tell that my nose is red, I feel like I'm getting sick because it's getting cold in Florida for the first time in a really long time. So, but it's okay. Like, I don't feel bad or anything. And I know I still wanted to record for y'all. So, yeah, let's get into it. Also, this story, it's not like a normal... Oh my gosh, y'all, hold on. I hope that y'all can't hear him crying in his crate. But anyways, what was I saying? This story is not like the normal fun drama kind of stories that I usually tell, but I do feel like I always tell y'all, I'm very like transparent on my channel. I don't tell y'all everything because I do think that it is important to just, you know, keep some stuff like close to me and private. I don't want all my business on the internet, but I do tell y'all a lot of stuff about me. So because it is October and it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I am going to share with y'all an experience that I had a couple years ago, and we just gonna chop it up and talk about some different stuff. Okay, so every single year I go get a annual women's exam, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a pap smear. And along with your annual women's exam, they do a breast exam, or like, is it called a breast exam? I don't know. Where they just, you know, like check your boobs to make sure like there's no lumps or anything like that. So this happened. I will never forget the day. I still got the text messages from my mama. To my mama. This happened February 19th, 2021. Like I said, I go get a annual women's exam every single year. I know it's different with like different gynecologists. Some recommend every year, some recommend every other year, some recommend every 3 years. Like, it really just depends. But with my specific doctor, she likes to do every year. And I've been getting these like for a really long time, y'all. Like, I've had a bunch of these. So normally how it would go, it's like a really quick little in and out type of situation. I'm not gonna get into much about the actual exam, like the annual women's exam part, but let's just go to her checking my boobs part after. So she does that, and then, you know, like, it's a quick process. She takes my left boob, feel around on it, make sure she don't feel no lumps, take the right one, feel around on it, make sure she don't feel no lumps. So she started with my right one this time, very quick, pat, pat, pat. And also, I just want to say, before this happened to me, I never took this serious, like, because it was just one of those things where it's just like, oh, this will never happen to me, like, this wouldn't happen to me, like, no, like, I don't like think too much of it. Like, it could never be me. Not even like taking into consideration my grandmother is a breast cancer survivor. So I should have been taking this very serious. And when I say this, I mean, like, they tell you to like go home and do it and check and like raise your arm up, and it's like different ways that you can just check to feel like if everything feels normal. Never was doing this before this happened to me. So she checks my right one and everything's fine, and she gets to my left one, and like I'm not thinking nothing, like I'm not worried about anything, I'm not anxious. I'm like in my head like, oh, what am I gonna eat after this? Like, oh, just like in my head, my own thoughts, just ready for her to get done, send me to the front, check out, and I leave, right? So she gets to my left one and she's feeling around, and then she stops and she's like, So now my antennas are up, because like, what does mean? So she's feeling around. She says, and now I'm looking at her, and then she's like, give me your hand, like I want you to see if you feel like what I feel. So she puts my hand on my left boob, and I'm feeling around, and I feel a lump. And she says, do you feel that? And I say, yeah. So she's like, have you ever felt that before? I'm like, no, but like, again, like I don't check for it. Like I don't do these types of things at home. Like I don't just check my boobs like how I should. So she's feeling it. She says, that doesn't feel right. So I feel like this is like the worst thing that you can tell somebody with anxiety disorder, because now my head's just spinning, like spinning like a hamster on a hamster wheel, like spinning, and it could be a variety of different things, y'all. Like, just because you feel like a lump somewhere does not automatically mean cancer. I don't want you to think that. I don't want to scare anybody. Like, I didn't even think that. It could be a variety of different things. Like, it could be cancer, even if it is like a tumor or something. It could be non-cancerous. It could just be calcium in your muscle. I don't know why, like when calcium gets hard, it turns into like a hard lump. Like there could be like a variety of different things. So she just keeps feeling on it, and I'm not thinking she's thinking this is anything of concern or anything. Like that kind of like scared me that you said, you made me like feel it, but I'm not thinking that she's gonna say what she's about to say. So she sits me up and she's like, that doesn't feel normal. I want you to go get a ultrasound and a mammogram. So I'm like, I can't even remember how old I was in 2021. I'm young. I'm not even like, it's just hard for me to think that like cancer and me at that young age can like be a possibility. And I'm not saying that like you have to be a certain age or look a certain type of way to have cancer or get cancer or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but it's just, I felt like I was in like the twilight zone. Like I went into this appointment like 8 o'clock in the morning, normal, not thinking anything of it. And now I'm walking out with a pack of papers with 3 different appointments that I have to schedule, a mammogram for a specialist to look at my boob. Like it was just like a lot for me. It was a lot. So she's talking to me, she's explaining all these things, like I said, like, oh, it could be cancer, it cannot be cancer, like, I don't want you to think, like, she's just talking, and it just sounded like Charlie Brown, Peanut Gallery, like, wah, 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 wah. Like, I'm hearing her, but I'm not listening to her, because I feel like I'm about to start crying. Like, I felt like a lump in my throat. Let me not say, like, a lump in my throat. Like, I felt like heaviness, like, in the bottom of my throat, like, almost like I was about to throw up, but I felt like I was about to start crying. I knew I was about to start crying. And I didn't want to start crying in this lady's office because I knew I would like break down. So after that, and I just feel like, and this is no like shade to my doctor or anything like that, because I know like in the long, I know like she probably meant well and had like good intentions about it, but it's just like, sometimes people lack like bedside manner. Sometimes people lack like empathy, and I feel like she was just like shoving all this information like down my throat. She was telling me she was going to send me home a package. She was telling me I need to hurry up and schedule these appointments, because it takes a while for somebody to actually like get into this specialist office to get seen, and she wants me to do it rather sooner than later, just in case it is something. Like she's just shoving all this information like down my throat, and I feel like it, like she could have went about it like a different way. Like she didn't even like ask me like, oh, are you okay? Like, do you need some tissue? I feel like you're about to cry. Like it wasn't like empathy. with it, which, I mean, I don't know if I'm being like overly sensitive about that or like what, but I feel like given the circumstance, like I could be a little sensitive about that. But anyways, this story is not about that. So I go to the front desk, I get the packets, and I leave. And I texted my mom and I said, so my doctor found a lump in my boob. And she said, is she concerned about it? And then she double checked and she said, will they do a mammogram? I said, yes, she's concerned. She's sending me to another doctor. I'll call you when I leave. And basically that was that. So I just remember after I got the packet of papers, I was just sitting in my Jeep and I was just like looking at them, and it was like all of these like different terms, and the doctor that specializes in like all of these different types of cancers, and it was just like a lot, y'all. It was a lot. So I ended up calling the 3 different places that I had to go, which really, it was like 3 different doctors, but they were all like in one building, but I still have to call like the 3 different doctors' offices. And the first guy, well, I was supposed to, the first guy that I talked to, he was able to just schedule like all 3 just being at that one doctor's office for whatever reason. And I just remember like talking to him and telling him, my doctor gave me these papers, whatever information you need, you should have it. He's verifying like my date of birth and name and stuff like that. And I just remember him saying, wow, I see you're like really young. Does your doctor think that this is cancer? And I just started crying, y'all. I just started boohoo crying. I didn't know like what to say. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know. So oh my God, I do not want to start crying. Lauren, do not start crying. Do not start crying. Do not start crying. So I'm crying on the phone with him, and I'm just like, I don't know, honestly. I've never like been in this situation before. I don't really know like how to answer these questions. Like I literally just don't know. Like she literally just found a lump in my boob and told me to schedule these appointments. So he was very like calming and understanding. And he was just telling me like, basically, you're gonna be okay. Like either way, you're gonna be okay. So after that, he scheduled my appointment, y'all. The appointment was literally 2 months out. Like I did not get seen by this doctor until April. So my women's exam happened in February, and I did not go. I think it was like 2 months actually, like to the date. So just imagine like what my brain is like and my feelings and stuff just for these whole 8 weeks like leading up to this appointment. I'm super anxious. I keep checking my boob every single day to see, has it gotten bigger, has it moved, has it gone away, like just everything. It was just a lot of different emotions, and I feel like I was having more like anxiety attacks like more frequently, and it was just a very miserable 2 months. It was very, very miserable. So April finally gets here, and I go to the appointment. It's me and Devin and my mom and my mom's boyfriend. And yeah, I go, I check in, because they were doing an ultrasound for whatever reason. If you've ever had an ultrasound done, you know that you have to fill up your bladder, and I hate that feeling so much. Like every time I've had to get an ultrasound done, it's the most uncomfortable thing. And I don't know, like I think it's like because it helps them like see stuff better, like when your bladder is full for whatever reason. I don't know why I'm getting an ultrasound done on my boob, but I gotta pee and my bladder is down here and my boob is up here. Like it was just a lot. So yeah, I just remember we got there, and it was so like, it was not chaotic in terms of like a lot of people were there. I just feel like their staff just was not like on one accord. Like they were not coordinated, and somehow they skipped over me for my appointment time, and I'm doing pee-pee dance over here in my chair. My mom had to like go up, talk to the lady. They were so apologetic, like, how did this happen? She was scheduled for this time, and like 2 or 3 people who had came in after me had been seen before me. It was just a lot, y'all. So they hurried up, did the ultrasound thing so I can hurry up and empty my bladder, and then they were gonna do the mammogram. And I don't know if like all mammograms are like this or all ultrasounds are like this, if it was just like the specialist or this doctor or whatever, but she was gonna be able to tell me like whenever she's seen like the lump in my boob if it was cancerous or not, like right there in that moment. So I just remember like I'm laying there, my mom went in the room with me because she just wanted to come like so bad. I didn't want anybody like in there with me. I just wanted to like process that like on my own and just sit in my feelings and then like tell them, but she just insisted. And sometimes my mom is a little bit like overbearing at times, but I'm just like, you know, like she experienced this with her mom, and maybe she just doesn't want her daughter to feel like any type of way, or you know, she just wants to like be there for me or whatever. So I let her come in the room with me, and the lady is looking. She took like a million pictures of my boob, y'all. Like she took so many pictures. She's like measuring the lump, and she's typing and more pictures and more pictures. And my mom's just sitting there like I'm looking at the screen, my mom's looking at the screen. The lady, she just has like this blank look. She was not mean or anything like that, but she wasn't like looking like concerned, but she wasn't looking like happy that it wasn't. It was just like a very neutral blank look on her face, right? So she's taking the pictures, and then she gets to like the last picture, and then it just gets quiet in the room. Like she's done taking pictures, she's not saying anything, I'm not saying anything, my mom's not saying anything. She's very awkward and silent and heavy in the room. And then she goes, "You're good." So I'm like, huh? So she's like, "It's not cancer. It's not a tumor. It's not cancerous." So I'm like, so what is this? So remember how I just said like a few minutes ago, it can be something called calcium buildup like in your boob. Apparently, I had a whole bunch of lumps in my boob that were just calcium that hardened, and it felt like something, and just the one that my doctor felt was the biggest of them all. But I still, like to this day, y'all, I still have like lumps in my boob, and it's not funny. I'm just laughing so I don't cry. But I wanted to tell y'all this story and this experience that I had because I feel like a lot of us don't take our health as serious as we should. Like I said before this, I was never checking for anything. Like checking for anything at home. I was not self-examining myself. I wasn't feeling for anything. I wasn't doing anything that my doctor ever recommended me to do. And thank God that it wasn't anything, but this could have been so much worse. And just imagine if it was. And just imagine if I was at home doing my due diligence and checking like I was supposed to be checking. I could have caught this, and if it was something bad, I could have caught it early and it would not have turned into anything. So I just wanted to like really like share this with y'all because I know like a lot of young girls are subscribed to me and follow me like on social media. And like I said, I'm pretty much like an open book. I share with y'all a lot of stuff, good and bad. So I just wanted to say, like, in the spirit of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, please take your health serious. Even if your doctor has never told you to like do self-exams, I'm telling you, please do it. Because this could have been something so awful. It could have been something so bad, y'all. Like, it just like, stuff like this just makes you like really like just appreciate life. And don't take stuff for granted because this could have turned into something completely different. Like my whole world could have been like turned upside down. And I just want y'all to be cautious. I want y'all to take care of yourselves. I want y'all to be proactive about things. Like, if you feel like something is wrong, please speak up. Go to your primary health care doctor, go to the hospital, go to urgent care, like whatever you have to do. Like, I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm young and I'm healthy and I exercise and I eat right and I'm good. This could never happen, because it could. It absolutely could happen to you. It could. Please don't think like how I was thinking, oh, this could never, like, this would never be me. Like, no, it absolutely could be you. So, dang, I really didn't know that this was going to be like this short, but I do feel like this was very important for me to share with y'all and let y'all know that this is something that I experienced. Ultimately, it was not anything serious. It was not anything bad. But that was just God protecting me. But yeah, that was like a really, really scary thing to go through, and just the agony of like waiting, and you don't know. I had Googled so much, y'all. Like, I Googled so many things. Like, stay away from Google also. Like, if you're ever like going through like a health scare or anything, like Google should be like the last thing that you should be looking into, because according to Google, I had like stage 2 breast cancer and was gonna have to start chemo as soon as I seen this stuff. Like, just stay away from Google. Google's not your friend. Just don't. And I know that's easier like said than done, and people were telling me that for that whole 2 months, and I was not listening to them. So yeah, y'all, I'm so sorry that this video was really short. I normally try to stay away from shorter videos on my channel, because I know y'all like long videos. I know it. But I did just want to share this with y'all just for the month of October. Next week we will be back to our regularly scheduled story times. I'm gonna have some juicy for y'all probably. And yeah, if you want to talk to me about anything, you know my DMs are always open. You can leave me a comment down below. Just reach out, whatever. Y'all know I always try to respond back to everybody. Well, not try to, I do. Unless you, like I always say, like for some reason go to my hidden folder. I cannot reply to those messages. I don't know why. Like, maybe I have to delete Instagram and re-download it on my phone, but I cannot respond to those hidden requests. But if you have messaged me like on Instagram and I have not responded back to you for whatever reason, just like comment down below and like we can work something out, whatever. I feel like I'm rambling. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and I love you so much. Make sure you are subscribed. Like I said, leave me a comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your post bell notifications. And if you're into it, a new Confessions with Lo episode will be out tomorrow. If you're not, I will catch you next week for a brand new story time. Bye, y'all.